Good morning.
They're good?
If you don't know me, I am Carol. I am Dear RV Butterfly. My husband is Bert. And this channel is about life. Anything about life. We touch a lot on depression, anxiety, and mental illness, because I know that there's a lot of people out there with those ailments, including myself. So we do talk about that. But there's always other things about life too. So today I have 3 different topics for us. But it's not going to be a real long video, don't worry. I would appreciate it if you like this video, if you would subscribe to my channel, share me out, hit subscribe, hit the bell so that you'll get all our videos. And yeah. So without further ado, let me start. First of all, I hope that everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day. Who has kids, foster kids, grandkids, any kids. And what I'm going to talk about today first is dating online dangers, because lately I've been hearing a lot of older women like myself, who, even younger women, but older women who are, conversing with other people, getting on dating apps, and, there's nothing wrong with it, but you gotta be so careful. I've heard several horror stories, and, you really don't know somebody unless you meet them in person, give them a background check, if anything. I'm not kidding. If you're really interested in somebody, because you got to look out for yourself too. And there is some nice men out there, and there is some nice women out there. However, I think, just my opinion, we have a lot more people with agendas out there than a lot of people think. And so I'm going to give you a few examples. A person very close to me was doing dating online, and she met a lot of people. Some were some were okay. Most of them, they were looking for somebody younger, and this was a lady my age, very pretty lady my age. But what happened on one incident with her is, she went on a date with this guy, and they had talked for months. So, they talked on the phone, they text, they talked on Facebook or whatever. And so he took her about 3 hours away from her house. And a lot of older women, believe this or not, I drive, always have. But a lot of older women don't even have a license. Even younger women. That's a whole other subject we could touch on later. But if you're younger out there, don't let nobody tell you not to get yourself a license. I don't care who it is, how much you love them, whatever. Get a dang license. You may need it one day. Anyway, so this guy took her out to some place to go eat, and I guess have some kind of a meeting in a restaurant type atmosphere first. And then, being as she is an older woman from the 70s, well, actually, she is from the late 50s, but, we all grew up in the 70s. But anyway, She went with this guy to the restaurant, and she went to a hotel with him. First mistake. But anyway, I'm going to make it short. Long story short, he took her to this hotel. It was 3 hours from home. When she was married before, her husband didn't allow her to get a license, didn't allow her to drive. She was always at home. And I don't know if he just didn't... She wasn't what he expected, maybe. Hush. 1 second, please. Sorry about that. We have somebody painting the apartments outside, and the dog was going crazy. So I thought I'd let him move out of my window before I came back to finish. Okay. So my friend went with this guy, and he took her to a hotel, and I don't know what happened. All I know is she got left there. The first day they were there, within about an hour after they got there, she got left there. He told her he would be back. He had to go to a job or something, that somebody had texted him or something, and he had to leave. So he left. She was in the hotel for 2 or 3 days, had no money to pay for the hotel, and he never came back. And she did have people to call, but I guess she was embarrassed. She didn't want to call, or I don't know what happened, but she ended up calling another guy that she knew who would come and get her. So he came and gave her a ride back home. And this is just, now that could have been a very, very bad situation. It could have been. But it ended up all right. She got a ride home. I'm sure she was devastated. I don't know why he did that. She never could get a hold of him again. I don't remember the whole story. But that's just something that happened, that it could have been something very different. And then yesterday, I was listening to one of my subscribers, and I subscribed to her channel, and she got really close with this guy. She talked to him on the phone. For 6 months. She didn't meet him for 6 months. When she met him, it was really cool. She said they went out, they had, dinner, and she said they had little bickering before on the phone before they met, because he was in his 60s too, and, we're all set in our ways, I guess. But, it didn't work out, and she's down on that because she really, really fell in love with this guy through the way he talked to her on the internet and on the phone. But when she met him in person, she found out the real him was kind of argumentative and always right, and she already went through a couple of marriages, and she just didn't want to have another situation. And granted, that's only the only two I'm going to give you guys right now. But there has been situations where mothers have went out on dates and never made it back home. And then there has been times that people have went on dates and they're married and live happily ever after. So any time that you feel unsafe about anything, or if you get a feeling in the pit of your stomach that tells you something ain't right, trust your stomach. I'm telling you, my stomach never let me down. It never let me down. But I don't know. I don't know what I think about the dating online. Because like I said, you can't judge anybody whether they're bad or good or indifferent or if they're even who they say they are. You know, people use other people's pictures all the time. So you might look at one picture and then when you get there to meet the person, you can't even find them because they look totally different. So it's a risk. I think it's a risk. And it is a risk that some people take. And it doesn't just happen. Everybody thinks, oh, that only happens on the free dating sites. No, it doesn't. It happens on the paid dating sites. Or, what would I say? Because most of them are free for a while, then they charge you anyway. But there's people who are looking for women, older women that have money. You know? Somebody to... And, you know, men are going to say, yeah, but you know, butterfly, there's a lot of women are looking for men that have money too. And that's true. That's true. It's true both ways. What I'm saying now is true both ways. It doesn't have to be you go out with somebody and they end up hurting you and you're a woman. You could be a woman hurting that man. That's just the way the internet is nowadays. So, you know, as much freedom as we have on the internet and as much things you think you know about a person, be very cautious. Be very cautious. And keep your pit of the stomach feelings that you know are right. That's the dating info for today. Okay. I've been hearing again about a lot of people who are getting unsubscribed from people's channels. I've been telling people for a long time on my other channel, RV Butterfly Reselling and Thrifting. Every time you get on somebody's channel to watch them, it takes only a minute to hit that subscribe. If you really like watching their channel and you'd like to get their new videos coming out, whenever you think of it, hit that thing again. You won't get 2 or 3 of the same videos. The algorithm doesn't let that happen. However, there is many people who are losing, including myself. I find out I'm not subscribed to somebody's channel no more. So I'll hit it again. But I've had to do that several times, and so I try to remember to tell people that when you watch me on my video, once in a while, hit the subscribe button. If you see you're not getting my videos, next time you see it online, or if you can remember, Dear RV Butterfly is the name, go there, hit subscribe again. I don't know why that's happening, but, you know, YouTube is growing and growing and growing every day. Maybe they're just, it's a glitch to their system. I don't know. But, yeah. So, that is going to conclude my little video for you for today. I'm going to have some more interesting topics I'm going to come up with. Let me know what you thought about this one. There's just so much going on in life that we can sit here and we can talk all day about it. So, if you start with your comments, always let me know when you leave a comment if you mind if I say it online. I will not use your name or your handle or anything like that. So when I start reading comments from the comment section, nobody's name will be read. You will know by listening to my channel what we're talking about or who we're talking about, because it would have been you who sent me that comment. However, I am going to run for today because I'm going to relax and I'm going to try to watch some more Court TV, which is my favorite program. I've been waiting on merchandise to come so I could do videos on my other channel. The UPS driver pulled up yesterday, and I guess they forgot to put my box on the truck, but he had it on his list, so he couldn't find it. So I'm hoping it comes today. If you guys wonder what I do on the other channel, go check me out. RV Butterfly at Resale and Thrifting. And yeah, we have fun. Bart comes on there too. We love you guys. Have a great day. And until I see you again, a great week. And we will be back on the next video.